Hey, you might have noticed that we didn't really talk about those coin flips that allegedly gave victory in the Iowa Democratic caucus to Hillary Clinton. My sense was that a lot of those coin flip stories weren't accurate, and that indeed appears to be the case. A bunch of corporate media outlets have been saying 6 consecutive coin tosses that went in Hillary Clinton's favor could have turned the outcome of the entire caucus to Bernie Sanders had he won those 6 consecutive coin tosses. And then people sort of disagreeing or misunderstanding the math of how coin tosses work. The Des Moines Register explained very clearly that these coin flips assigned county level delegates. They had an extremely small effect on the overall outcome. The confusion was people believed that the coin flips were used to determine state level delegates. Now, I am not defending the use of coin flips in politics. I'm not. That's not what I'm defending here. What I want to make very clear is that when you talk about county level delegates, many county level delegates for each of the precincts that are involved in that Iowa caucus, the overall effect was almost none. There were a handful of Democratic caucus precincts where a delegate was awarded with a coin toss. These were, there are just thousands and thousands of these across the state from 1,681 precincts, not statewide delegate equivalents. But look at some of the reporting that we saw from different media outlets on this issue. Immediately after this happened, you saw reports from, for example, and we have this to show people, NBC News political director Chuck Todd. Basically, we're talking a coin flip may have decided the presidency. That's not true. Fox News correspondent Shannon Bream speculated that 5 coin tosses could have flipped the outcome. Fox's Sean Hannity falsely claimed that the coin tosses assigned state delegates, and Drudge Report saying America on a coin toss, also suggesting that this could have flipped the results in Iowa. That's just not true, Lewis, and I think people need to understand that. I believe that Bernie Sanders is the more progressive candidate. I've been very, very clear about that, but we shouldn't now believe that these 6 coin tosses for county-level delegates were going to swing this thing in any way.
Agreed. I can understand being outraged that coin tosses were part of the process at all.
Sure.
And that's legitimate. That's fine. But I'm not a Hillary fan at all. And I'm not upset at this because I understand the scale we're talking about.
Absolutely.
But still, we should do away with the coin tosses. There has to be a better way.
I don't think we need coin tosses in politics, no doubt about it. Now, lastly, there is confusion about the math. I saw some Hillary supporters posting to Facebook, the odds of 6 heads in a row, it's still 50-50. Every time you flip a coin, the odds are 50-50. And then I saw Bernie Sanders supporters saying, this is incredibly unlikely. The odds that 6 coin flips in a row would go to Hillary Clinton is just incredibly low. Let me explain the math once and for all. It is true that if you flip a coin one time, the odds of it coming up heads are 50-50, assuming it's a sort of fair coin. It's not a weighted coin. We eliminate the incredibly rare possibility that it lands exactly on its side, which could happen conceivably, Lewis, in the physical world. Very, very unlikely. Anytime you flip a coin, it's 50-50. You get heads, you flip it again, you still have a 50-50 chance of that next flip coming up heads. But this is a different situation. The 6 coin flip scenario is different because we're asking about the odds of one specific set of results, 6 consecutive heads results. And the math is 1/2 or 50% to the 6th power because you're doing 6 of these coin flips. 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2 6 times. And that does get you to about a 1.5% chance of 6 heads flips in a row. Think about it intuitively with roulette. Roulette has 36 numbers plus 0 and double 0. So there are 38 numbers. The odds that it comes up 23 on your first spin are 1 in 38. Let's say you hit 23. The odds that 23 comes up on the second spin are also 1 in 38. But if what you're saying before you take any spins, what are the odds of 23 coming up 2 times in a row? The odds are 1/38 times 1/38, which is a very, very tiny number. It was surprising to me, Lewis, the number of people who didn't know the math on this basic probability question.
Yeah, I guess so. It's but most people haven't taken statistics classes or whatever you would take to get you to realize the math involved. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean, even still, you would think that, yeah. Anyway, I guess we don't really have to say more about it, but that's the math of it. And let's understand the math. Let's also understand these were county level delegates, not state level delegates. And let's also understand that we probably shouldn't have coin flips in politics, but let's not say that this would have turned the Iowa caucus over to Bernie Sanders, because every indication is that it would not have done that. I'm on Twitter if you want to comment about this at Pakman. Lewis is on Twitter at Lewis Motomedy. Warby Parker is offering a free 5-day home try-on to give you the opportunity to check out their glasses. I personally wear Warby Parker glasses when I'm not wearing my contact lenses, and I also started with one of these free at-home try-ons of 5 pairs of glasses. You can get your free home try-on and support the David Pakman Show at warbyparkertrial.com/TDPS. I don't really like going into glasses stores and trying on glasses while the salesperson sort of hovers over me, and I like more than 30 seconds to actually figure out whether I like the glasses. So with the Warby Parker home try-on, I was able to pick 5 pairs that I liked, put them on in the comfort of my own home, pick the one I like the most, and then Warby Parker put my prescription lenses in there for me. A lot of people don't know that the eyeglass industry is controlled by just a few big corporations that keep prices very high, like $300 for prescription glasses high, which is just insane. Warby Parker glasses start at $95. That's what mine cost. And for every pair of glasses sold, Warby Parker distributes a pair of glasses to someone in need. You can try 5 pairs and see what you like. Check out the at-home trial and support our show by going to warbyparker.com/TDPS. It costs nothing.